What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Strong Family Money Show. My name's Andres. On this vlog, we talk about your fitness, your fatherhood, and your finances to make you a better dad for your family, your kids. So I have 4 kids. When you raise kids, you don't want to make them, like mini yous, right? That's probably the worst thing. As a parent, the easiest thing to do would be, this is how I am, and then this is how, because I am this way, I am then just gonna say my kids will be like me, right? In every way, right? And everything that I experienced, they will experience. So I have to tell them what to do and what not to do. The bad things that I did, they will do. So I have to make sure I tell them not to do those things, right? And at a high level, that may be a good plan to have, right? As a very, very high level, that's probably a good plan to have. But because you are the way you are, doesn't mean that that's how they're going to be. And you definitely should not raise your kids how you thought you should have been raised, so that you wouldn't have done, and most of the time you wouldn't have done the bad things that you did when you were younger, right? So if you were less than a stellar citizen when you were younger, that does not mean that your kids will have the same experiences that require you to say, hey, you guys don't do that, when that's probably, those thoughts have never crossed your kids' mind because they are not you, right? So don't do that. And they're like, what do you mean? I would never do that, right? I don't even know what that is, right? Why would I want to do that, right? So you shouldn't raise your kids to be mini yous. You should have a set of, I've spoke about it before, you have a set of values that you have as like an overarching story of your fatherhood, your family, right? As in, be honest, right? Be nice, find something that will make you money and when you get older, be good at something. Don't be lazy, right? You want stuff like that, right? And then, because your kids develop their own personality and how they act, you then want to raise them based on their personality, right? So there's no like cookie cutter dad program out there that says all kids should be raised this way, right? There's, don't be a bad guy, right? Teach them good things, and then show them how to do those good things. That's probably the only plan that you can have to be a dad. But you definitely shouldn't raise your kids based on what, I don't want them to turn out like me. Well, you turn out like you because you're the way you are. That doesn't mean that they're going to turn out like you because they're the way they are, right? So you have to make sure you understand that your kids have to be raised individually based on what personality they have. If you are now an example of what you think they should be, then you be that all the time, right? And because kids always see what we're doing, even if we think they're not, right? You definitely want to you don't want to be the do as I say, not as I do as an adult, right? That's the worst thing you can do, right? Don't do that, but you're over there doing it. You don't want to do that, right? You definitely want to be an example of how an adult should be, right? You want to be an example of, I'm your father, and I'm a stand-up guy, right? And that shows them how they should be as a person, as a dad. Your boys see how they should be as a man. Your girls see how they should, what kind of man they should find, right? You want to be that kind of example, right? But you definitely don't want to say, these are all the bad things that I did when I was a kid. I'm gonna raise you like you're gonna potentially do the same things, right? Which makes them feel like, why is dad thinking that I'm, gonna be like whoever this person is that they have on this list of things not to do, right? So you want to make sure that you raise your kids as individuals, and do have an overarching philosophy on how to raise them, but definitely don't have a preconceived notion on what kind of person they're going to be and what they're going to do, because you may inadvertently send them down that path by, like, you know, they're like, well, dad thinks I'm going to do it, then, you know, if I'm going to get an earful, if I've never done this before, then I might as well do it so that the earful is worth it, right? You don't want that to happen, and more often than not, that's probably what happens. Anyway, your kids aren't you. Don't raise them as such. Raise them as who they are. This is Andres from the Strong Family Money Show. Thanks for stopping by, and I will talk to you guys next time.